This Kunjika Stotram is a child's play. I'm telling you. And I'll make it like a child. See it. All right. What is father saying? He's become the teacher today. He's sitting on the teacher's desk. And father is saying, Lord Shiva, he's saying, शृणु देवी प्रवक्ष्यामि कुब्जिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमं येन मन्त्रप्रभावेण चण्डी जाप शुभो भवेत् न कवचं नार्गला स्तोत्रं कीलकं न रहस्यकं न सूक्तं नापि ध्यानं च न न्यासो न च वार्चनं कुञ्जिकापाठमात्रेण दुर्गापाठफलं लभेत् अतिगुह्यतरं देवी देवानामपि दुर्लभं गोपनीयं प्रयत्नेन स्वयोनिरीव पार्वती मारणं मोहनं पश्यं स्तम्भनोच्चाटनादिकं पाठमात्रेण संसिद्ध्येत् कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमम्. So you're sitting on your desk and our guru, our teacher, our father Shiva is looking at Bhagwati. She is also sitting there. And he says, Shrunu Devi, oh my Devi, please listen. You should see the love of Baba and Ma. Always he will say so respectfully, the chivalry, oh my gosh, oh my Devi. Shunu Devi Pravakshyami, oh Devi, listen. I am telling you, I am going to recite a stotra for you. And that stotra, I am going to praise you in this stotra. Oh Devi, Shiva is telling, oh Devi, listen to me. I want to praise you in this stotra. And these praises that I'm going to give. Today the class is listening. And all these kids who are listening to us, whether in the Zoom class or online, all the kids who are listening and who have heard this stotra, by the power of this stotra, they will be benefited immensely. They will get the benefit of Chandi Japaha. Chandi, oh Devi, you are that power, the fierce power, the fiery power. You are that. And if somebody is invoking you in the form of Chandi, the fiery power, and if they do these praises, they will immense greatly. They will benefit immensely. And to do this, Na kavacham anargla stotram, Bhagavati said to Shiva, yeah, Durga Shapshati is very nice. They have learnt the entire Durga Shapshati. But what in Kali Yuga, if the students are not able to have this much time? What in Kali Yuga if they're not able to read the Sanskrit? The Sanskrit is so tough here in Durga Shapshati. Sometimes they are reading the Hindi version, but then they have the doubt in their head. Is there something easier we can make it, Shivji is saying, yes, Devi, I'll do it for you. And that's why I'm giving this Siddha Kunjika Stotram, which is already Siddha. Means it is already energized. You don't have to do anything else to energize these mantras. Because in certain things, like when we were reading Durga Shapshati, we heard about Shap Vimochan, we heard about Utkilan, removing the curses, then removing, unlocking the things. We heard all those things. And there is rituals, we heard about that. He's saying in this Siddha Kunjika, you don't have to worry. It is already having the power. If anybody reads it, Yena mantra prabhavena, Chandi Japa Shubhavavet, they don't have to do all the thing. Kavacham, if they miss doing Kavacham, say, no worries. If they miss doing Argala, no worries. If they miss doing Kilakam, no worries. If they have not read the Tantrok Suktam or the Ratri Suktam, no worries. If they're not even doing the Dhyana properly, no worries. If they're not done the Nyas, no worries. If they forgot to do Archana, no worries. If they forgot all the steps, no worries. But if they do this, Kunjika, Siddha Kunjika, which has only 8 verses, if they just do these 3 minutes every day, if they dedicate 3 minutes of their life every day, then they will get the benefit of the entire Durga Shapshati. So I am blessing this. Well, this was given in whatever yuga. I am assuming Satyuga, because Mahishasurs and all those things, Satyuga, Dwapar, Treta, all the three yugas. Now we have come to Kali Yuga. Maybe in those yugas, the sadhak, the devotee, were very pure. In our yuga, we are not pure. I've explained, I've stressed so much on four things. Bhagavati comes in those places where four things are practiced. Lord Shiva sits in that place where four things are practiced. Lord Shiva's bull is representing dharma, and dharma has four pillars. Tapa, Shaucham, Danam, Satyam. Tapa means austerity. Shaucham means cleanliness. Danam means charity. And Satyam means practicing being truthful. But we are living in Kali Yuga. Practicing truthfulness is very hard. We are not living in Satyug. This is Kali Yuga. It's very hard. So anybody who tries to, be truthful in this world, he is doing a tapasya naturally. Trying to be clean, outwardly clean, yes, good. Internally also clean. Clean in our thoughts. If somebody is doing this in this yuga, that is a tapasya. So outwardly clean and internally also clean. Danam. Anybody who lives in this yuga, like what can I give instead of what's in for me? People approach in this yoga, people are approaching God only for one thing, what's in for me? If I do this, what will I get? So when I read this, I'm like, okay, Lord Shiva knew. And that's why he first started with a phal. He's like, okay, before the Kali Yugi students ask, before anybody in the classroom raises his hand, Baba, I have this question. What will I get by doing this? Baba has already told, don't raise your hand. I know your mind. I'm telling you, you'll get the benefit of all Durga Shapshati. No, but there are specific benefits that I'm looking, Baba. Will I get that in Kali Yuga? I am suffering here. Baba has already said, yes, you will get it. What is it that is mentioning for Kali Yuga? He's saying, this is very secret. I am giving it to you. And it has to be protected. Just like how you hide your private parts, you don't show your private. This is the word given here, okay? Not my words. This stotra is as it has to be protected. It is very secretive. It should not be given and shown to everybody. It should be hidden, just like how you hide your private parts. That's how private this is. Now, here is one thing that Baba has told us, warning, that when you are doing Siddhi Kunjika, and I always tell that, not only Siddhi Kunjika, whenever you are doing anything, any sadhana, don't go and start advertising to the world, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I have done this mistake. That's why I'm telling you. When we were young, we chant mala fast. And then I used to be topper in mala. And then you go and boast. Why did this much sadhana? Oh, and after boasting, after some few months, you realize that your sadhana has stopped. And then you want to start again, but you're not able to start. So my father used to say, why are you going and telling everybody and advertising everybody what you're doing? Learn to be quiet. Don't advertise anything to anybody. Whatever you're doing is your own sadhana. You don't go and talk about it to the world. Once you see the results, then you can go and talk. But while during the sadhana, don't. Today I am talking to you about Siddhi Kunjika because I have seen the results. But I've also seen that if I have advertised myself or boasted myself or or did some show off or something, my sadhanas have stopped. So here when Baba is telling to the entire classroom that keep this secretive, practice it secretly, keep it up to you. Do not go advertising. He goes on saying, this is even the Devtas can't do it. And I'm giving it to you. True. Devtas don't need it. We need it more. We are in Kali Yuga and we are human beings. Devtas are enjoying their life. Let them enjoy. They got all of whatever the tapasya they had to do on earth. They got it. Now they are enjoying their life in heaven. But we here are suffering. So we need it. So Baba has only given to us, few of us who is listening in this classroom, and luckily those in the audience through to which this link will go. So Baba has given it to us. And Baba says, what will happen before the student raises his hand? What are all the benefits? Can you please name, Baba? Baba is saying, yes, don't raise your hand, I'm speaking, let me speak. Maranam mohanam vashyam stambanuchatanadikam. He says, anybody who is doing this will be saved, will be protected from maran kriya. So in Tantra, all these kriyas are done. Maran, Mohan, Vasham, Vashikaran, Stamban, Uchchatan. These are, we would call it black Tantra, black magic. So Maran means somebody has done something on you, and and then that person will be dead. On whomever they do the Maran Kriya, that person will be dead in due course of time. So that is Maran. Then Mohanam. Mohanam means you have the power of attraction. Then Vashyam. Vashyam means power of subduing. Like whatever you tell to that person will never revolt against you. If some person is under your control, dominance, then that person will do what he has been told to do. He will not revolt against you. He will not go against you. That is power of control. Then Stamban. Stamban means stopping. That person cannot speak in front of you. Then Uchchatan. Uchchatan means if two people are together, break them. So where Uchchatan is used, like, if there is some people do all this in a lot of places I've seen. Like, say, in some organization, there's a good group very strongly tied to each other, and then some person wants to become powerful there. So then they approach the tantrics and say, oh, break this group. So the tantrics will do all these things, take the pictures of those people and break the group. Uchchatan. So all these are black arts, black tantra, black magic, you can say. Bhagwan Shiv says that anybody who is doing Siddha Kunjika will be protected from this ill effects of black magic, including Maranam, means killing somebody, Mohanam, means hypnotizing somebody, Vashyam, means subduing them under somebody, Stambanam means stopping them, Uchchatan means breaking them apart. They will be protected from all these Shatkarmas. And Bhagwan says, how do you do the siddhi of this? He says, Path Matrena. Just by reading this, Path Matrena Sansiddhyet Kunjika Stotram Uttamam. Just by reading it, the siddhi happens. Siddhi means whatever you have thought of, that you have achieved the results. Say you're preparing for some exam and you want to get that so much marks in the exam, and you prepared hard, and then you passed in the exam and you got that much marks. Then you became a siddha in your exam. Understand this. Some people are learning music. Music has many levels. If they passed till Visharat, they got siddhi in music. Somebody graduated, became a doctor. They got siddhi in their field. So siddhi means achievement of your goals. Bhagavan says you can achieve all goals. How? Just by part matrena, just by reading it. Because this, what I am giving, is filled with powers and powers and powers. And from where are the powers coming? Because all these devis are going to come to you and they are going to protect you. So if you are fearing, because many times people come to me and they're like, Ma, kuch ho gaya hai, something has happened to me. If you are fearing that you are being controlled or attacked or anything by some paranormal beings or paranormal things happening in your life, then Bhagavan is saying, do this Siddha Kunjika, you will be protected. Do it for your life. When I was doing For me, I didn't do for all this paranormal and all. Thank God. But yes, at one point I was afraid. I'll share this with you. At one point, I was really afraid when I was young because all this people used to come to my father, possessed people, and people whose minds were controlled by tantrics. One case had come. My God, it was. So this girl, like maybe she must be around 16, 17, very beautiful looking girl, and her mind was being controlled by a tantric in Himachal. And my father invoked, and the tantric came to the girl and then started speaking to my father um, that we won't leave this girl because the girl's mother wanted some seva from us, and we did that, and the girl's mother cheated us. Girl's mother took all the money. So now we are troubling the girl because the girl's mother has cheated us. So, in this field, so many things I've seen, and those images, stayed in my head. I was just hardly 22, 23. But after seeing all these cases, I was getting scared because I was pretty young that time. And when people sometimes see, they do get scared that I hope it is not happening to us. It doesn't happen to us, but we, because of fear. So then I used to get fearful dreams because of seeing all this thing around me. And I told my father, don't even involve me into all this. I don't even want to see this. Keep them all away from me. But when I came to America, even in America, my father used to sit, and then, we used to see. People would say, oh, America is a safe place. No, nothing, no tantra happening here. But no, tantra is not happening, but something is happening. And my father would say, okay, that person is possessed. Now you will see. She'll start shouting. And I'm like, leave this. At one point, I was so done with Tantra. I'm like, I don't want to hear. I don't want to see. It doesn't belong to me. I'm out of this place completely. And I stopped completely. Any Tantric sadhana, anything. One of the reason was this. But I'm saying Siddhikunjika, I chanted because I was afraid. So I used to chant two things at that age. One was Siddhikunjika and one was this Baglamukhi, Khadagmala. These were the two things because I was getting bad dreams. So every night chanting this and chanting Bhairav Baba. With that and Baba Budnaji. With this four people chanting remembering these four people, chanting their names, and then I used to sleep. So those fearful dreams went away. Then later on in life, yes, I wanted to, for money problems, I have chanted, as I told you. And then I've given this to many people and I've seen a lot of benefits from Siddhikunjika. What I used to do, but I'm going to tell you, Siddhi. Siddhi can be done like we keep water. All these devis are going to come to you, okay? Understand when you start chanting Siddhi Kunjika. So first thing you have to do is, even before you start chanting, you remember God and Gurus. Remember your Gurus. If you are initiated, well and good. Remember your Guru Parampara. If you are not initiated, make Shivji your Guru. Invoke them. Make them sit in your temple room. Then invoke Ganeshji. Invoke Bhairavji. All this Guru Ganpati Bhairav have to be always there in any tantric sadhana, any tantric stotra. These three people, you call them, please Guruji, come here, sit here. Please Ganeshji, come here, sit here. Please Bhairavji, come here, sit here. I give you this seat. I wash your feet. I give you water to drink. I give you some naivedyam, some snacks, some dry fruits, some fruits. I give you flour. Offer this. Always keep a plate with dry fruits. Always, some prasad has to be always there. Keep. And then when you invoke all these four people, then if you can chant the Navaran mantra, chant the Navaran mantra. But if you do not chant the Navaran mantra, no worries, the Navaran mantra is already there here in this stotram. So chant the Navaran mantra, and then you do the Siddhikunjika. And then in the end, again in the reverse order, pray to Bhairavji, pray to Ganeshji, do your Navaran and pray to Guruji, and then you end your prayer. So this is one sitting in the morning, in the evening, whatever time you are doing. Always light a lamp. Always keep glass of water. Always. So when you are doing this, and you're chanting this Siddhu Kunjika, the glass of water gets energized, the dry fruits get energized, anything around you, even your cloth gets energized, let me telling you. Apart from this, I had this habit of charging stones. Stones. So I would pick up stones. Why stones? Because stone is the form of Parvati. Parvati is somebody who comes from the Parvat. Parvat means mountain. Mountain is made up of rocks. So I would pick up rocks. And every rock I used to energize by chanting the mantra. If you do not get rocks, you can go to Narmada and get those Narmada Shivlings. We are always worshipping rocks. Shivlinga, Narmada Shivling is a rock. We are worshipping that. And we are offering water on that. We are energizing that by doing this Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. We are energizing the water and we are energizing our stone Shivlinga. You use Spatik Shivlinga, crystal. Crystal is also a stone. So stones have this power. Stones store so much energy. Stones can be, energized and you can use that for your benefit. So Siddhu Kunjika Siddhi, I used to get all these different. So my father used to have all sorts of stones in his place because he was a tantric. So our house would be filled with different stones, like tons. And he would give me all those stones. I used to have crystals. After leaving Tantra, I gave up all. But I used to have crystals, I used to stones, different type of crystals, hakik stones, black stones, blue stones, yellow stones, and every stone had a purpose. So I used to collect all these stones, one given by father, or sometimes if I'm going to the seaside or anywhere or in the mountains, I would collect something which my heart would say, collect this. So I'd collect. And in keep those stones and then chant the Siddhu Kunjika. Whatever desire I had, I would chant, I would tell the desire, and then chant in those tones. I would invoke the energy of Guru, Ganpati, Bhairav. You don't have to do complex things. From your heart, you have to visualize that all these gurus have come in this stone, all these Devi have come in this stone. That's all. And the stone is now getting energized. The water will get energized. Sprinkle that water on the stones. So now the stone will absorb the energy of the water also. Then this water can be drunk, given as prasad. This water can be kept in your refrigerator, and every time you drink only that water, energized water. The dry fruits, take as prasad, distribute to other, and rest of it keep it in your fridge. Eat it whenever you want, even in rice, whatever. And the stones are your companion. Wear them, keep it in your purse, put it as locket, whatever you want to do with the stones, do it. The stones can be used for healing, getting it, and for fulfilling your desires. So 2 3 stones I used to keep like this. One for fulfilling my desire. That's stone. Once my desire is fulfilled, that stone is gone. But some stones, then later on I started experimenting because I knew that this is so powerful. So then I started experimenting. Few stones, especially crystal stones my father gave, I kept that, and I used to energize it to heal others, or sometimes to ask questions. I learned those techniques from my father. These crystals are very powerful. To ask, if somebody asks me a question, my father would say, reply. That is how he has trained me. And I'm like, what am I going to reply? I don't even know. He's like, ask your stone. And the stone would reply. So I have done all these experiments with stone. I'm sharing all this because you are learning Tantra. Then this is a Tantric class. So you can energize this. For money, I have done this Siddhu Kunjika. And to do that Siddhu Kunjika, for money specifically, there was a stone called pyrite stone. I have done Siddhu Kunjika on pyrite. Earlier days, no more. Okay, I'm not doing anything anymore. That time I was curious, I was experimenting, and I have seen results, so I'm sharing with you. Okay, to have good relationship, love, and all those things, there are other stones, but the best stone has been for attracting money was pyrite, and the second stone for a spiritual thing was crystal. The best stone of all the stones was crystal. All right. So all these things, and if I was troubled in life, maybe some situations are like enemies, then at that time we would do black hakik, or sometimes yellow hakik. Hakik is also a stone, yellow stone. So you can use all that to subdue the enemies. So for Baglamukhi sadhana, I have done that. So I'm saying, I'm sharing all these things of tantric sadhanas which I've done in my life. I've experimented with them. I've energized stone and used the stones for healing, healing, that to distant healing. So I've done that also. I don't use them anymore because right now I understand. I understood one thing. What am I looking after external rocks? This body is made up of Prithvi Tattva. Later on, as I grew in my sadhana, I understood this whole body is made up of the earth material. So what I should energize? This body. And then I started energizing the body. Then I don't need anything. But still. So one I have told you this. Another protections you can do is having threads. So while you're chanting Siddh Kunjika, keep threads around you. And those thread you can chant on your hand, you can wear it as locket. All of this you can do using the Siddh Kunjika. I've given you, in Hindi it is called Totka. Totka means little small experiments by how you can protect yourself. So Kunjika Stotra is Siddha by itself, but the process of doing this one is remember Guru, Ganpati, Bhairav, do the Navaran mantra if possible. That is optional. Do the Siddha Kunjika, offer prasad, dry fruits, offer water. If you want to charge anything, keep it in your office, keep it in a purse. You can collect all the stones, and somebody is sharing, Prince is sharing. You can collect all these stones and you can keep it wherever you want to do, and the energy will always be there with you. All right. Say in the morning you have offered everything to the Devis, and then you are traveling, and then you are again, you wanted to do Siddhi Kunjika. You're in the train or in the car. The moment you say Siddhi Kunjika, the Devis are there. So what do? Now you're not having anything to offer to them. So in the night you come back again and you offer everything to them. Offering is an integral part of your sadhana anytime. Okay? Because when the Devis are there, we do pujyami, tarpyami. Offer them something, offer them flower, but offer them something. And then that's how you will get the blessings of the Devis. All right? So let's get to mantra. Atha mantra. ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चै ॐ ग्लौं हुं क्लीं जुं सः ज्वालय ज्वालय प्रज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चै ज्वल हं सं लं शं फट् स्वाहा. Here the mantra given is ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चै. First mantra is Navaran mantra. This Navaran mantra is the essence of this book. So we chant that mantra. Here in this edition, there is some people put Om in the beginning. Om is not required. Okay. So Aang Ring Kling Chamundai Viche. And then comes Om. That is correctly placed. You know the meaning of Aang Ring Kling Chamundai. I've explained it, but still I will explain one more time. Aang is the power of Saraswati. Ring is the power of Bhuvaneshwari or Lakshmi also you can say. Kling is the power of Kamakhya, Krishna, Kali. Kling is the power of Shiv Shakti. Kling is the power of Radha Krishna. Kling is the power of Kameshwar Kameshwari. So we are invoking these three through these beat mantras, and then we are invoking the power of Chamunda. Chamunda is the fierce power, is the fiery power, very strong. Chamunda was that Devi's form which killed Chand and Mund. Chand and Mund means something, those thoughts in our head which are there and which are always there, and we are not able to remove them. When we invoke the energy of Chamunda, those fierce thoughts in our head are also removed. Sometimes people complain, people have this problem issue of hearing sounds. People are, they say, oh, I hear beings talking to me. How do I stop that? It's not the tintinous sound, it is literally souls, spirits talking to them. Siddha Kunjika, when we do this mantra, Egg Ring Kling Chamunda, you will you will become so powerful that these beings who are trying to talk to you, they will not be able to come near you. So all those things in your head bothering you, all those things will be gone because of the fierce power of Chamunda. And then the next mantra is Viche. Viche means cut it off. So, O power of Saraswati, O power of Bhuvaneshwari Lakshmi, O power of Kamakhya, O power of Chamunda, please cut all these things off from my life, which is binding me, which is troubling me. For those who are anything, spirit, anything that is troubling me, please cut it off. And please take me to you. So for some people, the trouble are lower. For some people, the highest trouble is they have come beyond all this. But the highest trouble is they don't want to, they want liberation from this world. So that also Bhagavati does. Cut the cords off from this world, from our worldly attachments, from our hatred, from our aversions, liking, disliking, whatever we are suffering because of them, we are suffering. Oh Bhagwani, oh Bhagavati, please cut these cords off. I'm done. So Bhagavati, we invoke that fierce power. Then comes Om, Glom, Hum, Klim, Jumsa. If you see in this mantra, Om, so these were all female mantras, okay? Eng, Saraswati is female. Ring, Bhuneshwar is female. Klim, Shiv, Shakti combined, okay? Then Chamunda, female. All these are female powers. Now we are invoking the male powers. Who are the male? Om. Om means Omkar. Om means Shiva. Om means Vishnu. Om means Parabrahman. And then comes Glom. Glom, we are invoking the Shakti of Ganesha. Those who are initiated in Sri Vidya, they get this Bij mantra. Glom. Glom is also the Bij mantra, one of the Bij mantras used in Varahi mantra. So it is the power of Varaha too. So Om Glom. It is the power of Guru too. It is the power of Ganesha too. So this Glom is such a powerful mantra. It is the power of your Muladhara chakra. When we are invoking the fierce goddess inside us, the goddess is going to awaken the Shakti. What is happening to the Shakti now? Are you guys not powerful? You are still powerful. The Shakti is still there. Shakti means power. The Shakti is still there. The power is still there. But where is the Shakti getting? Where is it going? Why do we have to awaken the Shakti? Where is the power going? The power is every day getting wasted. In what? In doing your everyday work. What is everyday work? Eating. Eating. Why are you eating? So that the body survived. And to get that food, what are you doing? You're working. And you get fatigued, you get tired, you get exhausted. And after getting exhausted and, you know, then you look for other areas of recreation. So every day a person gets up, works like a robot, works like a machine. He's exhausting all his power that he has. And in the end of the day, he'll have sex and sleep. And the cycle goes on of the exhaustion cycle. When is it that you are regenerating yourself? When is it that you're re-energizing yourself? All the energy, all the power is wasted in only filling the belly and doing work below the belly. That is where your energy is wasted. So when we are invoking this Chandika, when we are invoking this Chamunda, this energy that you are wasting only to fill your belly and recreating, eating, sleeping, mating, this energy that you have been wasting, now this energy will start transforming. And when Chamunda arises, all the energy will start rising up in the head, upwards from the belly. You will start noticing those who are, tantrics of higher order, they don't even feel hungry for many days. They can survive without food also. Because the energy is now sustaining them. They don't have the need for sex also. Because the energy is like that. They People do sex for two things. One is enjoyment, another thing is stress relieval mechanism. But tantrics of higher order, the enjoyment is here, always sitting with Bhagavati. So they don't feel the need of it. And food, they don't feel the need of it. Stress, they don't have. Why would you have stress if you are with Bhagavati all the time? So all your energy was already there. It is there in the Muladhar. Muladhar means your Muladhar is the base of the spine. You know that area, Swadhisthana Muladhar. All your energy is right now going down. But as you start doing your tapasya, the energy starts going up. Your thinking becomes higher. You start thinking like a devata. You're no more in your animal instincts. They start reducing. Your carnal desire starts reducing. So devata of that place is Ganpati. We say Muladhar, Ganpati. He removes all the obstacles, and now the energy is rising up above. So Om Glam, and then another one is Hum. Hum is the energy of Hanuman. Hanuman was a brahmachari. He was a celibate. Just see the order. Om, Glam, Hum. And Hum is also Chinnamasta. Bhagavati comes with Humkar Rupini. Hum is the one that ignites. It's like the lighter. It's igniting that energy. Rise up. No more sitting down in Muladhar. Rise up. So Om, Glom, Hum. Rise up and go and meet here. Kleem. Meet here with Shiva. Getting it? So Om, Glom, Hum, Kleem. Three mantras have been given here. So Glom was Muladhar. Hum was like the igniter. Tuck. Light it up. And now the energy is rising. Go and meet here with Shiva. Kleem. And after that comes Jum Saha. Jum Saha is the Mahamrityunjay mantra. Meet with Shiva and do not die again. You realize your true self. You are the soul. You are immortal. The person who is chanting this mantra, meditating like this, realizes his immortality. You are always meant to be with Shiva and Shakti. You are not meant to be this ordinary human being in this temporary existence. No, you're not. You're not ordinary. You are Shiva Shakti's son. So, let these energies be awakened. First, we invoke Ganesh. You are none different than Ganesh. If Ganesh has Riddhi Siddhi, you are also entitled for Riddhi Siddhi. Why not? Because Shiv Shakti is his father. He understands. You are also Shiv Shakti's child. You can have all the power that Ganesh has. You also can have. So, Glam, Hum. You're as powerful as Hanuman. Jnani Namak Ganyam, he was called, Hanuman was called. He was the highest knowledgeable person, supermost knowledgeable. You have as much power as Hanuman. You can, he can be as knowledgeable as him. And at the same time, Hanuman was very humble. Be knowledgeable and humble. This is the true quality of a tantric. Very knowledgeable. But that knowledge will not spoil him. He will not become egoistic. He's very powerful. But Hanuman was so powerful. He could eat the sun. That powerful. But look at his humility. That's how a tantric is. Powerful at the same time humble. Ganesha, powerful at the same time humble. No ego. Realize your true self with the Kleem mantra. You united with them, Shiv Shakti. You are united with Shiv Shakti here in the Sastra. Realize your immortal self. Om Jum Saha. This is Mahamrityunjay mantra. Om Rom Jum Saha. Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Realize your immortal self. And then it says, let that energy rise in. Let this thought rise in. Let this experience rise. That this consciousness become purified. Jwal, jwal, jwalai, jwalai, jwal, jwal, prajwal, prajwal. Let it intensely ignite. Let the fire of consciousness rise. Let the whole being get purified. Because in the fire of consciousness sits Bhagavati Lalita. Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Deva Karya Samudyata. Bhagavati comes to do all good work for you. So in the fire of your consciousness, the Bhagavati is sitting. Got it? We are sitting in the class, okay? We are children. We are children of mother and father. Don't forget that. Father is talking big things. But this is what I want to explain. They are your mother and father. And you are immortal being. That's all the meaning of this mantra is. And then it says, again it repeats the angry inkling chamundai viche jwal hang sang lang shang fat. 4 matrikas have been used. Hang, shang, lang, shang. Hang sang comes from the word I am you. Realize that you are not ordinary. I am you. You have gone up here, you have seen Shiva Parvati there, and then you realize, oh, I am you. I am like you. My consciousness is as pure as you. After this jwal happens, the fire of consciousness, you realize you are Sachidanand, just like Shiva and Parvati. Hang sang. Lang shang. Lang means Prithvi Tattva, means your earth element. You realize, okay, I was trapped in this body, which is made out of this element, the earth element. I was trapped in this body made out of earth element, but now I have transcended it. And now here I am in my causal form, Sham, risen above this bodily existence, gone to my ethereal form. So there is physical form, there is subtle form, and there is ethereal form. So the journey from the physical form to the ethereal form, that is self-realization, and that comes through this mantra. Hang Shang, and then you realize I am Shiva and I am Shiva's son. I'm just like Shiva, I'm just like Ganesha, I'm just like Hanuman. I'm very powerful, very powerful. People in India do Hanuman Chalisa to ward off negative spirits. The mantra, the Bij mantra is given here. Om Glom Hum. Hanumanji is invoked here. Got it? Now, after this, we are listening to all these powerful things, and now we have realized who we are. Now Bhagavan is again talking to Ma, and he's saying, Namaste Rudra Rupinye, Namaste Madhumardini, Namah Kaita Bharinya, Namaste Maishardini, Namaste Shammuhantrecha, Nishumba Suraghatini, Jagratami Mahadevi, Chapam Siddhim Kuruswame. He says, O Rudra Rupini, oh my, you are my extension. I am Rudra, you are like me. You are my Shakti. He's telling to Devi. And then says, I offer my namaste to you. You are Madhumardini, who killed Madhu, the demon. You are Kaitabharini, who killed Kaitab. You are Mahishardini, who killed Mahishasur. You killed Shumba and Nishumba. O Divine Mother, O Devi, Jagratami Mahadevi, you are Mahadevi, you are the greatest Devi, you are the supreme goddess. Jagratam, awaken. Japam Siddhi Karuswame. This japa that I did, this stotra which I told you, he's telling it. This stotram that I'm giving and this mantra that I give, O Diva, O Mahadevi, O Supreme Goddess, awaken and make this mantra very powerful. Let your Shakti be infused in this mantra. Let that Shakti awaken in this mantra. And then he explains, I have given this mantra, and this mantra has some meanings. Enkari Shishti Rupaya, Rinkari Pratipalika, Klinkari Kamarupinye, Bij Rupe, Namastute, Chamunda Chandagati, Cha Yaikari Vardani, Viche Chayabada, Chabhayada Nityam, Namaste Mantra Rupini. He says, this mantra has angering Kling Chamunda Viche. Ang has the power of Saraswati, but Ang means the power of creation. Ring means the power of sustenance. Kling means the power that can fulfill all desires. Kam Rupinya. And you are in these 3 bijas. You are the creator, You are the sustainer and you are the one fulfilling desire. So awaken your power in these three Bij mantras. And then he says, Yaikari Chamunda Chandaghati. And anything that is negative around anybody, you are the fierce force. So if somebody chants Chamunda, all that negativity will be removed. Awaken that power, Bhagavati, in this mantra. Yaikari Vardayani, you are the one who always gives boons. So all the students are listening. So those whoever are chanting, fulfill their desires. And you are the one. Abhayda, which means Abhayda. You are always protecting them. So grant them fearlessness. So this mantra has all of that, granting fearlessness. Angering Kling Chamundai Viche, he's explained that. Angering Kling Chamundai Viche has the power of giving fearlessness, power of fulfilling your desires. You have been created by this mantra, you are being maintained by this mantra, and anything negative that is going to come around you will be annihilated by the power of this mantra. Then he now is remembering another name he's giving. धाम धीम धूम धुर्जटे पत्नी वाम वीम वूम वाग्धीश्वरी क्राम क्रीम क्रूम कालिका देवी शाम शीम शुम मे शुभम कुरु. He has taken mantras dham dhim dhum dhurjate patni. The name, when I say dhum 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 dhum, dhum has many feelings associated with it. If I say dhum 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 dhum, you'll feel that some bomb is ignited somewhere. Some bomb is blasting. Dhum 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 dhum. But if I play the drums, I can hear the same sound. Dum 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 dum. Is it not? Dum dim dum no dim dum 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 dum. So the sound dum has two meanings. Dum, bomb blast. Dum 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 dum. Festival. In tantric mantras, we use the power of sounds and the power of your feeling. Same Bhagavati, Kali, appears as mother to somebody, and same Bhagavati appears as terrible form to somebody. I always give this example of a cat. The cat will appear like a very fearful entity to a mouse. Because mouse thinks, oh, the cat is going to come in, the teeth, the cat is terrible, it's going to eat me up. But to the cat's child, the cat is so nice. The child just goes and just hugs the cat, and the cat is, cat just carries the same kitten in her teeth, and she's running, one building to building. The cat's kitten doesn't fear cat's teeth, but the mouse fears cat's teeth. So what is your tendency? What is your nature? You will see Bhagavati like that. So when I say Dhoom, bomb blast, some people will get scared. Oh, she's Dhumavati. Scary. Because we have a Devi's form like that, scary form. But some people like me will be like, dum 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 dum. Oh, my mother is coming. Let me welcome her with this band. Dum 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 dum. So for me, it is a festival. How you see mother is up to you. Mother can be terrible, mother can be very nice. So when here there is, yesterday in my class I asked people, what do you think when you think of Dhum? And somebody said, Dhumavati, 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 Dhumavati. Yes, Dhumavati is right. Dhumavati is the sister of Lakshmi. But Dhumavati many times will indicate sitting on poverty. So people are scared of Dhumavati. And yes, she is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. But to me, I like my powerful mother. So I will welcome her with powerful drumming. So here he says, now Shiva, now she's Shivji's wife, okay? Shivji's wife. So he has used this word, this very nice word for her, describing her. Dham, Dhim, Dhum, Dhurjate Devi, Dhurjate Patni. You are the wife of Dhurjata. Who is Durjata? Durjata is mentioning himself. Once upon a time, during that Sati incident, Bhagavati burnt herself and Bhagavan was upset. And Bhagavan went into deep meditation and calm came. Cupid came to disturb him and he burnt Kamdev. And the whole earth was like, there's nothing happiness, no happy things are happening anywhere. Everything was like dark, no spring season, no happiness, no joy. Everything was dark. And that time he had grown his hair like jata, and he was called Dhurjata. He was upset, ferocious, and there was darkness all around, no happiness at all. And then, so that at that time, Bhagavati is there, no doubt Bhagavati is there, but she has become like Dhumavati, covered him up completely in darkness. She's not showing her form. But then everybody went to pray Devi and said, please, Devi, this is not right. He needs to open his eyes, and only you can make him do this. And then they prayed, and then Bhagavati came as Lalita, and then she threw her garland on Shiva, and then Shiva got up, and then he was happy again. So Bhagavati came with doom, 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 machale, doom, machale, doom. Bhagavati came with that doom. So same Dhum who was Durjata, now he says, you are the wife of that Durjata. That Durjata who had lost you and who was very upset and who was very sad. That Durjata, you came as wife. So Dham, Dhim, Dhum, Durjata Patni, and Mam Bhim Bhum Vagdishwari. You are the most wonderful Vagdishwari, means the one who sits on the tongue and speaks beautiful words. You are the power behind the mantras that we are chanting. You are Kalika Devi, Kram Krim Krum Kalika Devi, Sham Shim Shum Shubham Mekaru. You are Kalika, the great time. And Sham Shim Shum, you are Shubham Kuru, means you are Shiva, the one who gives good things, all auspicious things. So you are Shiva. Hum Hum Kar Rupini. You do hum. And by your humkar itself, so many bad things go away. And you are Jambanadhini. You are like Varahi, very powerful. Jambanadini is one of the uh, words we use in when we pray to Varahi, means which stops the world. You are Brahm, Brim, Burum, Bhairavi. The world is in an action. You are the one who does this action. So you are Brahm, Brim, Burum, Bhairavi, Bhadre, Bhavani. So Brahm, Brim, Burum, he has given three meanings of it. You are Bhairavi. You are Bhadra. Bhadra means you're most auspicious. Bhavani, you are the cause of this world. You are the mother of the universe. We bow down to you. Bhavaniyate namo namaha. And then he mentions some letters, which are Sanskrit letters. Ang, kang, chang, tang, tang, thang, tang, tang, pam, yang, shang, wing, dung, ang, wing, hang, shang. Dijagram, trote, diptam, kuru, swaha. He has mentioned some Sanskrit letters. And all the letters are ending with ang. If I say like that, then you will see that it sounds like bell sound. Chang, chang, tang, tang, tang. He says that you are the power behind all these Sanskrit letters, the sound power. All the mantras or Durga Shapshati, every word that has been written or whatever we speak, you are the power behind all this. Let that power be awakened. You are Vagdeshwari. Very, very beautiful thing. Time is, the clock is ticking, so I'm ending it up, but I feel like explaining even more. He started saying, you are Vagdeshwari, sitting on the tongue. Just imagine. We are tantrics. We are, how powerful our words will become if we chant these mantras. And if our words are becoming very powerful, whatever we speak is going to happen, good or bad. I always remind, always speak good things. Do not speak bad. Do not speak negative about yourself. Never, ever, never, never. Because your words are powerful. You're doing these mantras, and Vagdishwari is sitting on your tongue. She's energizing every mantra that you are saying. Always remember that. And always speak positive thing. Here he's saying, let the power in every mantra, in every letter awaken. Let it break all the obstacles. And let it ignite the fire of consciousness. Let it ignite. Let it light up. Let it take the person to spiritual enlightenment. Pam Pim Pum Parvati Purna Kham Kim Kum Kechari Tata. You are Parvati in this physical body. And you are Kechari in the ethereal body. Sam Sim Sum Shaptashati Devya. You are the Devi in this Shaptashati. Whether seen or unseen, you are the Devi. Let all the mantras give siddhis. Anybody who is chanting the Siddh Kunjika, or anybody who's chanting Argla, Devi, Atharva, anything in this Devi Shapshati, let all of them become energized, let all of them become powerful. And then he ends up saying, Idam tu kunjika stotram mantra jagarti hetve abhaktena vadatavyam gopitam raksha parvati. Here I have given this you, I have given to you this kunjika stotra, which is very powerful, which is carrying the energy of Durga. Each and every word is carrying the energy of Durga. Each and every sukta is carrying the energy of Durga. Each and every mantra is carrying the energy of Durga. All the Devis of Durga are present in this Siddhukunjika Stotra and Durga Shapshati I have given to you. It should not be given to those who are not devotees, those who are disbelievers. We don't give it to them. And he says, if somebody is chanting the Durga Shapshati, but they do not chant this, then their Durga Shapshati chanting is incomplete. But if somebody has not chanted Durga Shapshati, but they are just chanting this, then their sadhana is complete. All right. So this is the importance of Kunjika Stotra. Very small stotra, but the explanation went so long. But please chant it. Once you practice it in 3 minutes, you will be able to do it and you will understand it all. I went too deeply to explain each and everything, and that's why it took so much time. And I wanted to share my experiences. That was another thing to encourage you guys to take this up seriously.